It's Swain the Sound Guy from Pure Signal Audio. If you're recording voiceovers, audiobooks, or podcasts from home but don't have a studio, don't worry. I'm going to show you a simple, affordable, do-it-yourself isolation booth using just a few basic tools for under $200. I think like you, I've seen the isolation booths online for thousands of dollars. I've also seen the do-it-yourself isolation booths made out of PVC pipe, which I personally have found to be quite flimsy and cumbersome to try to find all the parts and a lot of work to cut each piece down to make it the size you want. I wanted something that was simpler and to the point. So I did what my dad taught me to do, and that's to create things that are going to work for me at the best price point I could find. This portable changing booth I found on Amazon for $119. The big win? It's built with a steel frame, which makes it super sturdy. I've built booths with PVC pipe in the past, and let's be honest, they're flimsy, they rattle, and they don't hold weight well. The steel frame holds steady, even with heavy blankets. Now, the changing booth comes with a cover, but that's not going to be sufficient to dampen the sound. So I looked into 80 by 72-inch professional moving blankets. They're thick, durable, and perfect for cutting down room reflections and background noise. I found that 3 blankets was enough. What I did was I flipped one blanket sideways and I clamped it onto the frame, and then the second blanket completed the wrap until I reached essentially the front door of the isolation booth, which I didn't clamp on one side, allowing an entrance door for me to go in and go out. The third blanket I simply draped over the top of the frame and clamped it down, as you see in the photo. The beauty of this frame is it is very easily put together and taken apart, and it has some screws, as you can see in the picture, that just tighten the connections down to make the frame incredibly strong and durable. The third item that I went out and found were the squeeze clamps that you can find at Home Depot, Lowe's, some of the other places. I went to Harbor Freight because it's less expensive, 99 cents to $2 a squeeze clamp, and I think I purchased about 10 just to be on the safe side. As you can see in the photos, there are some additional items that I brought into the isolation booth, and of course I can set it up for a standing vocalist that's recording. In my case, I do a lot of podcast, commercials, audiobooks, so I set my booth up with a adjustable height desk, a secondary monitor. This is important because it allows me to pull my DAW over into the isolation booth, and it really helps when I'm working by myself because I can control everything in the booth. Lastly, I needed some light, so I remembered the old days with my dad was the squeeze clamp silver light. I think I probably paid $6 for it, but it gives me great lighting. It gives me exactly what I need to be able to see in the booth. And this project, I think I did it for well under $200. You probably already have one in your garage. I've tried more expensive lighting setups, but honestly, this little guy gets the job done. At Pure Signal Audio, we believe great sound doesn't have to cost a fortune. I've struggled trying to treat my vocal room and things of that nature, and that's when I put this together to help you guys get that pro sound at home. At Pure Signal Audio, we believe great sound doesn't have to cost a fortune. It just has to be intentional. Whether you're building a booth like this, producing your first audiobook, or leveling up your voiceover game, we're here to help. Like, subscribe, and check the description for links to all the gear. I'm Swain the Sound Guy. Thanks for watching.